Okay, here today I'm going to talk about Ultimatum Sidebars and how this can be used within Ultimatum for um, using sidebars specifically. I have seen a couple of questions and people are not really happy with the documentation probably, and uh, most of the questions are like, how am I going to use my sidebars within Ultimatum? So to be more specific, there are a couple of ways that you can actually use a sidebar within Ultimatum, and how specific you want. You can, being very specific, if you want to have a sidebar for each single page, uh, uh, for having specific sidebars for a specific page. I would rather suggest having a plugin called as Sidebar Manager. That you can buy it from Code Canyon. However, to use the default sidebar options within Ultimatum, what I would do right now is I would quickly show you a demo on how I would be creating one, and in between I might pause this video for a couple of seconds or minutes, just to save the length of the file or the video. All right, so without wasting any further time, I'm going to quickly walk you through on how I'm going to create this. So first thing is I'm going to go to, this is my dashboard. From here I have Ultimatum, then settings, and I'm going to open my settings in a new page or a new tab, and here I have my sidebar settings. So I'm gonna go here. So if you see this, I've already created a couple of sidebars here. One is a default sidebar, and tops, uh, top footer, bottom footer too. So these are some sidebars which I have actually created. Now, if you notice this clearly says if you want to have multiple sidebars, this can be specifically used within the widget sections, and for that you'll have to create using differentiate each sidebar um, by a semicolon. Now, this is how I have created. So this is one of the methods that I would be recommending, and this is how I would use this. And what I'm going to do right now is, since we have this default sidebar, I'm going to create a new layout first here. So new layout, create layout. Let's call this as a blog layout, and I need it a full layout. Save. So once this is done, I'm gonna have my header here, my footer here, then insert a row here. So now this is where it is very important for any one of us. So what we are going to do is, if you choose 100% here, you cannot go ahead and add a sidebar. So the way you would rather do this is, what you would do is, well, even with the 100%, you can still use a sidebar, specifically like when it comes to footer, or like depending on how you want your layout. Now, if I would want to use, I'll probably say, my personal preferences using like this, which is a 66% and a 33% layout. So I insert this. So once this is done, now my next thing I want to do is I'm going to choose the WordPress default loop. Then I want Ultimatum Sidebar. So where is Ultimatum Sidebars? Here we go. Drag, drop, and here you would see that I have the options to choose any of this, which is a default sidebar, a top footer, and bottom footer too. So I want to use a default sidebar for in this scenario. So I click on save. Let's save this as well. So right now I'm not doing anything. This is just for demo purpose. So um, I'm just doing this. So let's say in multi-post I really don't need. So this is for a single post layout I'm going to create, but yes, this can be done even for the multi-post, depends on how you want to create this. Now this is done. So now next thing is let's go to the layout screens, and let me check if I have some post which I can utilize. Yes, I do have a lot of posts which I can definitely utilize. So what I'm going to do is I am going to say here saying that all my blog layout or post or single post, let's assign this layout to this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to call my blog layout, and I'm going to say this is for posts. Save. And this is going to, what is going to happen is when I click on post, so it even adds for the multi posts. So next, assign layout, then first choose the blog layout here. I'm going to choose post single. Save. So in the same way, what you can do is just let me recap this for you. So you will see that I have already added the post and the post single here. So this layout is going to be specific for this layout, I mean the post and post single. Now if I go back to assign layout, what I can do is I can choose this as well as choose this for page or product or team info or anything for that sake, but or even for the category here. But since I just wanted to show this for the demo purpose, I'm just using it for the blog layout. I'm done with this. So the next thing is, let me check if my pages, all pages, I want to see if I have created a blog page. So yes, we have a blog page. That is good. And I need the layout to be the blog layout. This is for my multiple layout. All right, so I'm going to click on update. Now this is done. So my next step is I'm going to appearance. No, sorry, settings, and then reading. So blog is going to be blog. Save changes. Now once this is done, I'm going to go to appearance, menus, under menus. If you notice, I do not have a blog. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly add the blog here. So let me see if I can find blog here. View all your blog, add to menu. Okay, we have the blog. So save. Now if you go back to our site and refresh, all right, we have the blog here. Well, the styling is gone, so I will have to check why this styling is gone as of now, but nevertheless, we just wanted to check if this works. So if you see this, I have a sidebar here, but unfortunately there is nothing that I've added to my sidebar, hence you will see that it has nothing here. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go to appearance, widgets. So my default sidebar, there is nothing here. So just for a demo purpose, what I'm going to do is let's say I'll add some categories. Show hierarchy, and let's say calendar, anything else? Um, okay, so for time being, it's fine. This is fine. So save, save. If I go back here, now do you see this? This is my sidebar which I just added. So this is good. Now, if I even go back to my go to any of this individual posts, you will see that this thing comes up here. So I hope this actually helps you. Now, the other thing is the second way of doing or having your sidebar is when you go to your blog layout. Say, for example, I don't want to have, probably I don't want to have, I mean, I have a sidebar, or if in case I don't want to use default um, uh, Ultimatum sidebars that I have, and I know that I'm going to have very specific content. So what I'm going to do is just for our sample. So let's say, let's take recent posts. I'm going to add my recent post here. I'll say recent posts, and then I'm going to call all posts, yes, um, vertical, yeah, I need vertical. So image on left, act as gallery, let's say on 5, show title on, blah blah blah, read more, save. This is just a test, so I'm not going to do anything much. So I'll show you this. This is a static content, which is static or indirectly dynamic because I'm using recent posts. But otherwise, what I'm trying to say is, see now, if you see this, I have my recent post here, which is showing up. And definitely you will notice that there is no image to have chosen saying vertical with image on left. It's not there because there are no images on the post. So that's how it is. So you can use this, and this you have, if in case you want to change this, you will have to always go back to the template and then change it. So that's the reason I said rather I have a sidebar, and using the sidebar I can have or add my own widgets here. Hope this video helps you in understanding how to create your own sidebars with Ultimatum.